So in today's video I wanted to talk about large format photography, especially the Intrepid 4x5. So today I wanted to start my journey into 4x5 photography. There's a couple of issues with that, so I'll talk about that in a minute. But first, I had another parcel in the post, so I thought I'd open it on here, because I have no clue what it is. So let's get into it. So this, it seems, is an EOS 5. Totally forgot I'd ordered this, but it's a nice surprise in the post. So yeah, I'll put some batteries in it, check it out, and probably go out and do a test review. Right, so I've just had another delivery and I get to do a second unboxing. I'm not doing this for any other reason other than after all the issues I've had with this camera, I want to get on film that it is arrived in good condition and that there's no issues. I'm going to show you undoing the box, pulling the camera out and making sure that the camera is in good condition, because as I say, you know from the past watching the other videos that I've had a bit of an issue with this camera and this company. So just want to do this just to cover my own ass, and then I've got it on record what the camera was like. Everything looks to be okay so far. So as far as I can tell, just opening the box, the camera seems to be in good condition, and yeah, everything seems to be okay. It's pretty nice. The only thing, if I was to be picky, is the bellows on the last camera were in better condition. They were a lot nicer looking, but to be honest, that's just the thing. They're going to get creased and whatever anyway. But to be honest, this is how the camera should have come first time round, but at least it's here now and it's all sorted out, so I'm not going to hold that against them. I know they had issues to sort out, so yeah, right, let's get this thing set up and let's get going. So I really am beginning to wonder whether I'm meant to shoot large format or not, because things just seem to be going from bad to worse and ridiculous. Yeah, last weekend I was in the gym with some friends and we decided to have a bit of a mini competition, and I put my back out, so it means I couldn't do 4x5 last week or all week, so I've been walking around as if I'm a 90-year-old man. Then this week we've had weird weather conditions, raining and various bits and pieces. The sale for the lens that I was hoping to buy fell through, and so now I'm got everything apart from the lens. And the next part is, I was supposed to be today going with my friend Noah. He has a 4x5 MPP, and he's got a couple of lenses, and he was going to let me use one just to try this camera out eventually and yeah, shoot some film. But as you can see, the weather had other plans in mind. I came out of the gym this morning and yeah, it was snowing. So yeah, I'm beginning to wonder whether I'm meant to shoot 4x5, what with all the weight and the hassle from Intrepid and the first camera not being right. But anyway, whatever, I'm not going to dwell on bad things. Let's just make something good out of it. So today I thought I would take some advice from people, and again, having a bit of time on my hands with my back, I'm having to have these things at the moment, which are heat pads, so I look like I'm wearing an adult diaper. Yeah, I've had a bit of time on my hands, so I've been watching YouTube videos on loading 4x5 sheet film and all the accessories and everything. So today, because I've got a bit of a pea brain, and I thought I would sacrifice a sheet of FP4, so sorry film gods. I've got my changing bag, and we're going to burn a sheet of FP4 and learn how to load it into the film holders. So as I say, while my back's out, I'm going to use this time to practice loading 4x5 sheets into the film holders. So I'm going to sacrifice a sheet of FP4. Looking on the internet, one thing that I've come across is people say that dust is your enemy, and they say to keep your film holders in Ziploc bags. At the moment I haven't got any Ziploc bags, so I'm having to use a freezer bag. So this is one of my film holders. This is a Toyo film holder, and then we have the silver and the black side. This is going to be my first ever attempt at loading film. I have never done it before, so I haven't got a clue if I'm doing it right or doing it wrong. What I've got is kind of compressed air and one of these rocket blowers. Start by So next, going to get the film in the changing bag, and hopefully, fingers crossed, just get one sheet. What I also need is a couple of elastic bands, so I can stop me from opening the lid. Let's get me a sheet, pop it into the bag. So again, this is the first time I've ever done this, but looking online, you have to load the film with the emulsion side up, and to identify that, there is these little notches on the corner of the film. I don't know if you can see that along this edge. So apparently they either need to be upper right hand corner or lower left. So again, this is going to be a trial by error and hopefully not too much of an error. So this is going to be done in complete darkness in the changing bag. So apparently we would draw the dark slide back a little bit, open the flap, we'll see the holder would be pre-cleaned, and then with the film, with the notches in this corner, apparently we go under these little tabs, which is underneath the dark slide, and then once it's in all the way, apparently it sits, if you can see these little tabs that sit up here and here, so apparently it needs to sit in there, and then we fold the flap over and slide the dark slide back in, and then do this to the other side. This obviously, as I say, is going to be done in complete darkness, so getting used to loading the film is going to be part of the problem, and I guess getting the film out is going to be the next one. So now I've got to learn to load this. Some people say you can either load it away from you, to the side of you, or towards you. I guess it depends, whichever you find easy. For me, this one seems easier to be away from you. Somebody also mentioned about lifting up the film a little bit, and if you feel tension, you know it's underneath the two runners. And then there's locking tabs on the top of this to stop the dark slide from coming out. So now it's just a case of me practicing this in the dark or in the changing bag, so I get a bit of muscle memory and I don't put it under the first one where the dark slide is. So I guess it's to the bottom, down, or without trying to touch the emulsion side of the film. And hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going to be this easy in the changing bag. One thing I might need to get is a bit of a bigger changing bag, because at the moment my changing bag is rather tiny. So now I've sacrificed a sheet, I can practice. I guess I should practice loading both sides. One thing I will do is I'll write on here holder 1 side A, holder 1 side B, and then at least I know when I shoot I'm going to be grabbing from holder A, holder B, holder C, and side 1 and side 2, and then I know what I've shot. And I guess it's good to get into some kind of practice. So yeah, I guess the next thing is for me to practice, and then to load some proper film, well, not proper film, but load some film for real, and hopefully go out and shoot. But I'm already seeing, you can't really see it on here, but there's dust already on this front of the sheet, so I guess what the people are saying about dust being your enemy is definitely going to be true. And to start with, I'm going to be sending these sheets off to the photo parlour, because I don't have any way of developing the film. So depending on if I shoot one sheet, two sheets, or the whole pack, what I might do is, again, somebody said to keep the boxes and put your exposed sheets into the box again, in the envelope and then in the cardboard, and then take this in, so which then leaves you the holders to load up and continue shooting, so you don't have to take the holders into the lab as well. So yeah, I guess now it's just a case of learning to do that in the dark, and then hopefully when I do it for real, I'm not gonna mess anything up and expose the sheet incorrectly, hopefully, fingers crossed. And then yeah, the next thing I've got to sort out is this lens situation, and then we're ready to shoot some 4x5. So yeah, this video wasn't really a how-to, it's just really for me to track my progress and for me to remember what I'm doing and how to do it and to look back on. Before, when I've shot my first time shooting medium format, I loaded the film incorrectly, and unfortunately I didn't practice beforehand. I was out in the field and on a hill in Derbyshire, so managed to get some signal to look at YouTube to find out how to load the film. But hopefully, doing this preparation beforehand, I can go out into the field confident that I can at least load the film. So I think the next thing is for me to obviously expose the sheet, and once I've exposed the sheet, theoretically, hopefully things should go from there. So yeah, hopefully the next episode of this is me actually out in the field exposing my first sheet. So yeah, let's go.